You say they aimed to haul a cannon to Major Clark at Fort Vincennes.
I heard them talking. There's no doubt about it.
Over all them mountains on any roads? Can't be done.
Boone says it can.
How many men?
An Army Captain, Boone, his Indian friend, and 3 Kentuckians, if he can find them.
He may have found a couple of them here tonight.
Now, you pay me my money and I'll leave, and you'll hear no more from me. I'll want enough to pay my passage back to England.
Which way are they going, and when do they leave?
You show me the money, and I'll even tell you that.
Well, that sounds fair enough. Well?
There's a supply depot at the Falls of the Ohio. They'll stop there for shot and powder.
When do they leave?
They meet tonight at midnight at Finley's Grove, just off the turnpike.
You're sure no one saw you come here tonight, Mr. Goodleaf?
You may be sure of that. I'd not take a chance on being hanged. And now I'm glad the spying's at an end. I find I have no taste for it.
And no more value to us. Tate, you know how to find that British raiding party hiding in the mountains west of here?
Major Ferguson? I reckon I can find him. Might take a little while.
It takes time to move a cannon, too. Go saddle up a horse.
What is it, Major Ferguson?
Point just signaled for us to hold up the column.
Major, how long do you intend to tramp up and down this river? We should be heading back to fight Major Stewart.
Mr. Foss, we will continue marching towards the east. I'm expecting a messenger from Williamsburg advising me of what is taking place, and we will continue to march until we meet him. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
What is it, man? Speak up.
An horseman, sir. It could be that messenger you're expecting.
You see, Mr. Foss, your lack of patience was unnecessary. See that he's brought to me as soon as he arrives.
Yes, sir.
Your men have been clamoring for action, Mr. Foss. It would seem they may see it very shortly.
Yes, sir.
Bring the supply wagons forward! Did you hear that, Mr. Foss? The Williamsburg cannon here in the wilderness. A capital prize, and one that should prove invaluable against these frontier outposts. How many men did you say are in the escort?
There's just 6 of them, sir.
That's even better than I'd hoped.
And only one of them's a soldier. He's a Captain George of the Continental Army.
Who are the others?
Well, there's Daniel Boone, an Injun they call Mingo, and a Scotsman named McAfee. 2 Kentucky hunters, Ben Moore and a Sam Lynn.
Well, where do you think they would be about now?
Well, it's hard to say. All I know is they're 5 days out of Williamsburg and they're heading for the Falls of Ohio.
That's rather a roundabout way to get to Vincennes.
They're going to pick up some shot and powder that was left for them somewhere in that area.
You mean they're not carrying any ammunition?
Not for the cannonade.
Well, I say let's push on and get them.
No. Once they get on the river trail, they'll have to stay on it. There's no way over the mountains until they get past the falls of the Ohio. If we can find that supply of powder before they get here, get the men ready to march.
Yes, sir.
If you want to contact me again, I'll be waiting for Boone at the falls of the Ohio.
It's nearing sundown, Boone. I suggest we stop here for the night.
Well, we still got some daylight left.
You men and horses are exhausted. What are you trying to do, kill them all?
Well, I haven't heard any of them complaining. I figured they can all go another 40 miles. You couldn't be too tired riding on this horse.
I'm a captain in the Army, Boone. And as such, I've been taught that an officer's first consideration is for the welfare of his men. But then I don't suppose you could understand that.
There's one thing I do understand, Captain. I've got a cannon to deliver. And nobody's gonna die before dark. And there's good water and good grass up ahead, so move out.
So far, so good, Daniel. We've made better time than I'd expected.
From here on in, the going gets a little rougher.
We'll make it.
If we don't run into the British and it don't start raining.
Need any help?
No. I'd give them each about a half a bucket of grain.
Good boy.
Soup's on. Enjoy a hot meal while you can. It may be the last one you get.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Boone? The supply's getting low?
We've got plenty of supplies, but we're getting close to Shawnee country. After that, there'll be no more fires.
You expect these men to keep up the pace you've been forcing them to on a diet of dried meat and parched corn?
If they can't keep up, they can find their own way back to Williamsburg.
And you'd leave an exhausted man to fend for himself here in this wilderness?
If that's the way it has to be, we'll make out short-handed.
I've never seen a man yet I can't keep up with. You don't hear me hollering for help.
I'll walk with you, Mr. Boone. I'll run with you, if that behooves us. I may drop in my tracks, but I'll not quit yet.
Thanks, Mac. How about you, Sam?
If I'd aimed to quit you, Mr. Boone, I'd have done it long before this. Now, if anybody's tired of walking, let him drive the team for a while. I don't mind walking.
Does that offer to turn back apply to me?
Captain, I reckon you're the one exception. According to the governor, you and the cannon go together. And I aim to see you both delivered to Fort Vincennes. Now, we'll take turns standing guard. Sam, when you're finished eating, you'll take the first turn. Ben will relieve you, Mingo, then Mac. I'll stand the last turn before daylight.
What about the captain there? He ain't pulled a tour of sentry duty since we started.
I'll be perfectly honest with you, Ben. I don't trust him.
Are you questioning my integrity?
I'm not questioning anything. You've had no liking for this trip from the beginning.
That's right. I don't have to like it. And I also don't have to take that kind of talk from you.
To tell you the truth, I've had about all I can take from you. So keep away from me.
Boone?
Oh, Captain. Daniel's point is well taken.
Aye, it is. You had no enthusiasm for this venture from the first.
All right, Sam. As soon as you finish, get out there to those horses and start your guard. The rest of you turn in. We'll be starting out when the sun comes up.
Well?
Captain, you didn't ask to make this trip, but then neither did I. We don't see eye to eye on many things. But since we're traveling together, we can't afford to fight among ourselves. Let's call a truce.
Am I to take that as an apology?
Take it any way you like.
Mr. Boone. I'll accept your truce for the time being. But when this expedition is over, if it ever is, and if we all survive, which I strongly doubt, I'm going to demand satisfaction from you.
That's fair enough.
What did you say to him, Daniel?
We agreed to a ceasefire till the trip's over. Looks like I'll have to fight a duel later on.
You want me to keep an eye on him in the meantime?
It won't be necessary.
Well, he did try to pick a fight with you.
I hope it'll all blow over. You better finish your meal and get some sleep. You're gonna need it.
Sam. Sam. You asleep? Come on, boy, don't play games with me.
saw you covered. I didn't want to wake the whole camp. You better come with me.
What's wrong?
Sam's gone.
Huh?
That's what I said, gone. Can't find hide nor hair of him. He took the captain's horse.
Trouble, Daniel?
I don't know. Wake up McAfee.
No need to awaken me. I'm a light sleeper and well aware of your movements. What's the trouble, Mr. Boone?
Sam's gone. The captain's horse is gone, too.
Indians?
I don't know. They would run off the rest of the horses.
I woke up and came out here to take his watch, and he's gone. I figured he just plain cut and run.
So one of your loyal recruits has deserted, eh, Mr. Boone? One who said only last night he wouldn't quit.
I may have misjudged Sam.
It's not your fault, Daniel. How could you possibly know a man on such short acquaintance?
Well, I'll admit I'm disappointed in him, but there's not much I can do about it now.
Aren't you going after him?
What for?
To punish him. It's a matter of discipline. If he's allowed to go unpunished, what's to keep the others from deserting?
Only themselves, I reckon.
Then with your permission, Mr. Boone, if you won't go after him, I'll go myself. I'll catch up with you later.
Captain, you'll just be wasting your time.
I assure you, Moore, I can read sign as well as anybody.
That ain't what I meant.
Then just what did you mean?
I meant you might have trouble catching him afoot.
That's right, Captain. Yours was the only saddle horse, and we can't spare any of the rest. You don't suppose this horse pulled away from the picket line and Sam went after him?
No. This was right here. That feed bag had to be taken off by somebody.
Deserter, horse thief, and probably a British spy.
It'll be daylight soon. Let's pack up and get out of here in case some of this is true.
Leela. What? Why, I could have killed you.
I came to look for you.
Well, that's what I was doing. I was looking for you. You know what I got? Right here in this pouch. The $50 that your father wanted. But do you know what that means? Well, that means that you belong to me now.
You don't need the money anymore. I've been paid for already.
Paid for? By who?
The British. They bought me and other women from the village to cook and work for them. Where are the others?
What others?
Daniel Boone and Ben Moore. I can't remember all their names. Where are they?
Oh, they're up the trail a ways. Now, wait a minute. How do you know about them?
The British know. A messenger came from Williamsburg. They know about your plans. They plan to ambush you at the falls of the Ohio.
So they know, the redcoats. I've got to go and warn my friends.
It's not as comfortable as riding on a horse, but you can take my word for it. It's an improvement on walking.
McAfee, what is your personal opinion of this fellow Boone?
Why ask me?
You seem to be an educated man. I was merely curious.
Why not talk to the Indian? I understand he went to Oxford.
Forget I asked.
No, I'll not forget it. I'll give you my opinion, since you brought the subject up. Mr. Boone may not be an educated man by your standards, but he's a lot more intelligent than you or I. He's what's meant by a gentle man. It's one I wouldn't care to cross. He's a man to follow because he'll lead you well. That's my opinion. Hope it satisfies your curiosity. Get on there, now.
We passed the mouth of the Kentucky 2 days ago, so my best guess places us just about here.
One more day. We should be at the mouth of the Ohio by tomorrow.
And with luck.
Well, how far is it to Vincennes?
Going northwest is just about as far as we've come from the mouth of the Kentucky.
But we've made it.
We haven't made it yet, although we've come a little farther than some might have thought. Pull out the cantle. Let's turn in.
Who is it? I don't know. I don't know how many. But I heard a horse nickering.
I reckon our luck has run out this time. When the shooting starts, watch the horses so they don't run off.
Right.
Mr. Boone. Mr. Boone. Mac. Ben.
It's Sam Lynn.
What do you reckon ever brought him back?
No, he's either run into Indians and come for protection, or he's led the British to us.
And he's got a girl with him. Now, does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. At least to Sam, it makes sense.
Well, what do you know about that, Daniel?
I reckon it's up to him to do his own explaining.
Is there just the two of you?
Yeah, just the two of us, me and the girl. It's a good thing I heard that horse in nickering, otherwise I would have missed you completely. Although I had you figured to be going straight downstream.
Get down off the horse, Sam.
Ain't you glad to see me back? Nope, I reckon you ain't. Get on, girl.
Oh.
All right, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I ran out on you.
You did, didn't you, Sam?
Not the way you think.
Well, what other way is there?
This is Malila, Mr. Boone. I told you about her. This is the only chance I had to go and fetch her.
She's Shawnee, and it was Shawnee killed my kin.
Put that knife away, Ben. If you aim to hurt this girl, you're gonna have to kill me first.
Oh, I just might do that too, boy.
Ben, the lad's right. You'll not harm any girl as long as I'm standing near, Shawnee or otherwise.
You're turning against me in favor of a squaw?
McAfee's right.
You're turning against me, too.
Nobody's turning against you. Put that knife away. There'll be no killing.
Well, if there's to be no killing, Mr. Boone, how do you intend punishing a traitor and a horse thief?
Get out of camp, Sam, and take the girl with you.
But, Mr. Boone...
Get out of camp. She's apt to bring the whole tribe down on us, and right now we don't need any trouble with the Indians.
All right. We'll go. Here's your $50 back. She didn't cost me nothing. She came to meet me.
Well, this time, would you kindly leave my horse here? I find I miss him.
I don't need your horse, Captain. I don't need none of you. Before I leave, I want to tell you something. The British know that you're coming, and they know where you're going. They're waiting for you at the Falls of the Ohio.
Sam. How do you know about this?
Leela told me, Mr. Boone. Part of her tribe's been marching with the British. When she heard my name, she came to warn me.
How many men do the British have?
Major Ferguson has 50 men.
I reckon we're going to have to vote on this. Do Sam and the girls stay, or do they go? Mingo?
I say they stay.
Mac?
Stay.
Captain?
I'm surprised I even get a vote.
Captain, you're still a member of this party. It's not a majority vote. We all agree they go or they stay. What's your decision?
You're in a hurry, Mr. Boone. Having the girl along will slow you up.
Truth of the matter, she probably can out-travel any of us. It's no worry.
At least he did bring my horse back. That shows some degree of honesty. As far as I'm concerned, they stay.
Guess it's up to you, Ben.
When a man lives with hate long enough, it gets to be a habit. If what she says is true, it seems we all owe her something. I won't cause no more trouble.
I'm sorry that my people have wronged you. If it will help right the wrong, use the knife. That is good. Now we will be friends.
I reckon we're all agreed. Let's get those horses hitched up and pack our gear. Let's move out.
You mean you're going to try and make this trip at night?
We've moved a lot further and a lot faster than they thought we could. There's a good chance we can still beat them at the falls.
What if we don't?
I don't borrow trouble, Captain. We've got enough of it as it is. Let's just wait and see what happens. All right, let's keep her moving. They beat us to the crossing after all.
That Indian girl said there were 50 men down there.
There are. They've got a trap down there. They're just hoping to make us come to them.
With 6 men?
Well, we're going to see if we can make them come to us. Let's get the canvas off of this little beauty so our friends can see her. Mike, like this. Everybody make a little contribution of powder here. Ben, hand me some of that trace chain.
What do you hope to gain with this foolish gesture?
Time, Captain, time. If any of them try to come up this hill, a lot of them won't make it to the top.
Looks like they're gonna make a fight of it. You don't suppose that messenger could have been wrong about them not having ammunition?
I think it's a bluff, Mr. Foss. But there's no need to take unnecessary risks. You'll find a white shirt hanging in my quarters. Please get it for me.
White shirt?
A flag of truce. I think I'll have a conference with Mr. Boone.
Yes, sir.
Flag of truce. What do you suppose he hopes to gain by that? I don't know. Just one way to find out.
It's a trap, Boone. You can't just walk into it.
They don't have to trap us, Captain. They know we're outnumbered.
Mr. Boone, I'd like to have a talk with you.
You can't go down there, man. They'll kill you or take you captive.
Ringo, you can't miss from here.
Just stand out of the way, Daniel.
I aim to.
What kind of man is that would walk down there unarmed?
Captain, when you understand what kind of a man he is, you may want to call off that duel.
Mr. Boone, allow me to introduce myself.
Major Ferguson, His Majesty's Royal Fusiliers. You got 50 men down there.
You seem to know as much about me as I know about you. May I ask where you got your information?
I didn't ask you where you got yours. And that white shirt you've been waving around, I take it you didn't walk all the way up this hill just to surrender.
Mr. Boone, I like you. It's too bad we couldn't have met under more pleasant circumstances.
Come to the point, Major. What is it you want?
To make a bargain.
I'll listen to it.
I want your cannon.
What have you got to offer in return?
Your life and the lives of the men you have with you. I see no need for unnecessary killing.
Well, I'll have to talk to them. They're a determined bunch.
I'll give you an hour.
It'll be sundown soon. I'll give you an answer by dawn.
I do not think you are in a position to dictate terms, Mr. Boone.
Well, now, that's where we disagree, Major. You see that cannon up there?
It's rather useless without shot or powder, isn't it?
But you can't be sure that we don't have powder and shot. Now, you just said you don't want any unnecessary killing. So you give me till dawn. Because if you try to come up that hill and take it, I guarantee you, Major, somebody's going to get hurt.
I will give you your time, Boone. But as for anybody getting hurt, I don't know. You see, the powder that you expected to pick up at the pass of the Falls of the Ohio is safely in my hands. Until dawn.
Well, what did he want? Captured our powder. If we'll give up our cannon, we can all go free. We've got until dawn to make up our minds.
Mr. Boone, they find Malila here. They ain't about to let her go. They'll shoot her as a spy.
I know that, Sam.
Well?
What would you do, Captain?
Well, a good soldier more or less have to sacrifice one life to save 6 others, but...
Now, you just simmer down, son. Ain't nobody gonna hurt that girl. She's a friend of mine.
You got any other ideas, Captain?
Yes, Mr. Boone, I have. We let the girl go. I'm sure she can find her way back to her village. Lynn here can join her later. She can take my horse.
What about the cannon?
Well, without powder, our mission's a failure anyway.
Yeah. If bad goes to worse, we can always blow it up. I'm no expert in these matters, but I've had a fowling piece blow up in my hand when the muzzle was plugged with mud. I don't see it make any difference with a cannon.
But if we blow the cannon up, it ain't gonna be much help to Major Clark at Fort Vincennes.
No, it's true.
If I come this far, I ain't gonna give up now. Not without a fight.
Daniel, if I voted to surrender, I'd be in the minority. What did you have in mind? I don't know about the rest of you, but I didn't come this far to leave that powder in British hands. Mingo, just might work.
What are you talking about?
I want you to wake up Ben and Sam and McAfee and get them started cutting logs. I need enough to build 2 stone boats. And I've got to get a wrench.
Would you mind telling me what you have in mind, or is that asking too much?
I aim to take that cannon apart and haul it into Vincennes piece by piece. I don't say we'll all get to where we're going, but if that major wants a cannon, it may take him a while to find all the parts. Good job, Sam. Come on. Sam, you know how to get to Vincennes.
Yes, sir.
Ben, you know how to get there, too. And don't stay too close together. If that British major wants this cannon, it'll take him a while to find all the parts. Cross the river when you're in the clear, and we'll try to meet downstream tomorrow. rig doesn't look much like a cannon up real close. But at night and moving fast, it might just serve a purpose. You're going to drive this rig right through the British camp. It'll cause a little diversionary action.
Yes, chances are it'll get me killed.
Well, I'll admit there's a real good chance you're going to be shot.
Well, I want to thank you for those words of encouragement.
You drive on down to the point and wait for me, Mingo. I don't want our friends to miss having a chance to get a real good look at this little beauty.
Mr. Boone, you've outlined what everyone else is to do except you and I.
Captain, you and I are going down to that British camp and get that powder. Now, you've got a real good jump on them. But if the British or any of their hired hands start pressing you, dump that gun and run. But make sure you dump it where the water's deep.
Oh, we'll no have to dump her, Mr. Boone. We've been together so long now, I've developed quite a fondness for her.
Good luck, Sam.
That's all the luck I need, Mr. Boone, just sitting right there in that cannon.
We'll see you, Mr. Boone.
Have a good trip, man.
Aim to, Dan.
Now, when you get through that British camp...
I appreciate you saying when instead of if.
Well, you're going to have a lot of people on your tail. But when they get close, cut that outfit loose. Cross the river, head downstream. But be sure and bring the horses. We're going to need them to tote that ammunition.
I'll bring the horses. Good luck, Daniel.
I'm not real sure who needs the luck most, you or me. Give us 5 minutes, Captain.
Mr. Boone, I want you to know one thing. For the first time since we started this mission, I have the feeling you just might succeed.
Thanks, Captain. Man never knows what he can do till he tries.
I'm just beginning to appreciate that.
You wouldn't be apologizing to me, would you?
I might, if you'll accept it. We still have a long road to go together. I see no reason why we shouldn't travel it as friends.
Sometimes it makes the going easier. After Mingo, it's time to go.
It's the cannon, Mr. Foss. The cannon!
You men come with me!
guards back at the shack. Help! Help me!
Captain, let's get this powder in the brush and hide it. Come on, climb through.
Did you overtake that cannon, Mr. Force?
Oh, yes, we overtook the cannon, Major. The crazy engine dumped in the river, sank in the mud.
Well, at least we've got their powder. Let's get it loaded back on that wagon and move the company out.
I think our time is just about run out. At least we've saved half of it. You go ahead, I'm gonna blow the rest. Well, there's your cannon, Captain. All put back together and just about as good as new.
Thanks to you.
Well, I'd say thanks to everybody here. Now, all you've got to do is get it to Vincennes.
Don't worry about that. We'll get it there.
Mingo and I are going back for the ammunition. Most likely we'll catch up with you. Good luck.
Thanks. Good luck to you.